How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys don't know, I love the Buu Saga to pieces, and Super Buu is one of the coolest villains in Dragon Ball, and I 100% prefer him over Fat Buu. So, what if today we replace Fat Buu with Super Buu? We begin our story with Mr. Satan still getting shot and Evil Buu being unleashed. The battle between the Boos takes place as normal, except this time, once Evil Buu eats the chocolate from Fat Buu, it alters his personality to lean more towards Fat Buu. He still has a wrathful side to him if need be, and the raw power of Evil Buu, but the kindness of Fat Buu. Once Super Buu is unleashed, he is shocked to see how powerful he has become. He then goes and kills the other human who tried to kill Mr. Satan, except this time he takes him out in a less terrifying way, not even really intending to kill him. Buu then checks back in with Mr. Satan and makes sure he's okay. Buu tells Mr. Satan that it's still him, even though he looks a little bit different. Buu and Mr. Satan go back into Buu's house and continue their routine of cooking and cleaning. Once Mr. Satan is 100% sure that Buu isn't going to kill anybody else, he decides to bring him back into the city with him, so they can live peacefully there, and have more food to work with. Plus, Super Buu looks a lot different from Fat Buu, so the people of Earth wouldn't attack him for making friends with a mass murderer. Once Buu and Mr. Satan prepare to return to Satan City, Gotenks arrives, ready to take out Buu once and for all. Buu remembers Gotenks and gets ready to fight. Mr. Satan pleads to Buu not to fight, but Buu tells Mr. Satan that he just wants a good fight, and since Mr. Satan told him that killing is wrong, he won't kill him. Gotenks is pretty confused on why Buu seems a little bit nicer, but doesn't dwell on it for too long, and still goes into fight. Gotenks and Super Buu have an immense battle, similar to how it went in Hyperbolic Time Chamber in canon, until he goes Super Saiyan 3 and begins to pummel Buu into the ground. Gotenks is prepared to kill Buu, but Mr. Satan jumps in the way right before the attack, and pleads for Gotenks to stop. He tells the young fusion that Buu has changed, and that he's not going to kill anybody anymore. Gotenks doesn't care, since he's caused enough damage already, so he's going to finally finish this off. Piccolo then shows up to stop Gotenks. He says that Buu is able to get the evil half of him out, and the evil and good Boos manage to merge into a neutral being, where he's still pretty good, but has the power of evil, and he's not going to use it to destroy any more lives. Buu nods his head that is true, and he's just going to go live with Mr. Satan and try to undo the damage that he's done. Gotenks is conflicted when suddenly he defuses. Goten and Trunks glare daggers at Buu, but decide not to do anything, and let him live. After everything is cleared up, Buu goes with Mr. Satan back into the city, and uses his magic to rebuild the cities he destroyed as an apology. Gohan still arrives in his ultimate form, ready to battle, but Piccolo explains the situation to him, and Gohan lays off, but says he's going to keep an eye on Buu, just in case anything happens. A few months go by, and the Dragon Balls are used to bring back everybody killed by Buu. The only one who isn't brought back is Vegeta, since Shenron already brought back Vegeta years ago, so Vegeta is going to stay dead. Goku also stays dead too, since there is currently no need for him to come back to Earth. Over the years, Buu has rebuilt all of the cities he destroyed, and since he's trying his hardest to change, he personally went up to every person that he killed and apologized to them, which took quite a while. Gohan still doesn't completely trust Buu, and this suspicion of Buu is enough to have him keep up his training, to make sure that he'll be ready to take him on just in case he goes on a rampage again. Buu is still battle hungry though, since he still has that personality trait of the original Evil Buu, and he trains with Gotenks a lot more. Gotenks doesn't mind training with Buu, since it's good training and it can allow him to continue to get stronger and let out his anger for the loss of Vegeta. After a couple of years, Beerus awakens and goes out to find a Super Saiyan God. After getting nothing from Goku, he arrives on Earth to find a god. Buu still tries to eat all the pudding, which annoys Beerus, and he begins to go on his rampage. Gohan, Buu, and Gotenks are much stronger than in canon, but they are still no match for Beerus. Beerus is interested in something though from this fight. He notices that Buu has a small amount of God Ki in him. Beerus tries to ask why Buu has God Ki if he's not a god, but Buu has absolutely no idea what he's talking about. Whis senses it as well, and also tells Beerus that the fusion over there also has a very slight amount of God Ki. The reason that Gotenks has small amounts of God Ki is due to him training so much with Buu, that they naturally got access to some of his Ki. Whis tells Beerus that if the fusion over there was able to get God Ki from training with somebody with God Ki, maybe Beerus could train the Saiyans, and allow them to become the Super Saiyan God naturally. This interests Beerus, and he says he'll allow this, but he won't train the Saiyans, and Whis can handle that. Chi-Chi and Bulma yell at the gods that there's no way they're going to take Goten and Trunks, but Buu tells the two that he can check in on them at any time and bring them back if need be, due to him being able to use instant transmission after seeing Goku use it a couple of times. Plus, Beerus is most likely going to destroy the planet if they don't anyway. The mothers reluctantly allow this, but then say that they can go off to train every other day, since they still need to do schoolwork. And Whis just laughs and says that it's fine. Gohan is offered to go along as well, but he says he's going to stay here with his wife and keep evolving himself as a human without any god powers. Goten, Trunks, and Buu begin their training with Whis, with Buu unlocking more of his godly powers and becoming much more powerful. Goten and Trunks also fully unleash their God Ki, and after a few months, they're both able to get Super Saiyan God. With Beerus' premonition finally realizing itself, he challenges the two Saiyans, and Goten and Trunks fuse together and become God Gotenks. Beerus and God Gotenks have a gigantic clash between gods, and Gotenks performs even better than Goku did in canon. Of course, he still loses the fight, but Beerus is very impressed at how far they have come since when they first fought. The boys and Buu continue their training on Beerus' planet every other day, and return home for schoolwork, and in Buu's case, helping out Mr. Satan with tournaments. Goten and Gohan begin to train together too, with Goten showing off his new God transformation to Gohan. With training with a god, Gohan gets access to bits of God Ki, and he notices this, and begins to be able to harness his godly ki with the ultimate form, attempting to combine the two so he can become way stronger. Eventually, Frieza is revived and returns to Earth.
The Z-Fighters sense Frieza immediately and go after him. Frieza is surprised to see Majin Buu here, as his father warned him about how dangerous he was. Frieza is also disappointed that Goku and Vegeta are dead, but says that the other Saiyans will do. Goten and Trunks fight against Frieza, and in their god forms, they're able to beat him around easily. Frieza is angry that these small Saiyans can put up such a big fight, and he transforms into his golden form and easily knocks the boys away, unconscious. Gohan is enraged seeing his brother knocked away like trash, and he powers up and fights against Frieza. Gohan is a great match against Frieza, and Frieza is shocked that Gohan is keeping up with him in base, without even turning Super Saiyan. Except, Gohan is using his godly ultimate form, which is definitely a good match against Golden Frieza. Soon, Frieza runs out of energy and reverts back to his final form. Gohan is disappointed with Frieza, and just mocks him, saying that all the training he does will never be a match for what the Saiyans can do. Frieza isn't going to go down so easily though, and he prepares an attack to destroy the planet. Buu, however, notices this, and he rushes in to stop Frieza. Buu wraps his entire body around him, trapping him, and suddenly, the pink blob grows smaller, and then begins to change. Buu reforms himself, except this time he looks a little bit more like Frieza. Gohan asks what Buu just did, and he says that he saw Frieza about to destroy the planet, so he needed to step in and stop it. And this was the only way. Buu saving Gohan and the planet finally gets Gohan to let go of his weariness and hatred for Buu, since he basically just sacrificed himself for them all. Gohan thanks Buu, and then asks why he looks different. Buu says that he has the ability to absorb people and make their powers his own, so basically he was able to capture Frieza, so now he can't be a threat again, which was smart thinking on his part.
Meanwhile, on Beerus' planet, Champa arrives and suggests a universal tournament, but we're going to be covering that next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and are looking forward to the next one. So, till we meet again guys, see you later!